Good evening, I'm at a vantage point looking at the Eiffel Tower and the Trocadero, where tonight's ambitious opening ceremony will conclude with a laser show, pyrotechnics and the lighting of the Olympic flame. Who gets to have that honour is still a closely guarded secret. Lady Gaga, Celine Dion rumoured to be taking part, but more important than that, we now know that Tom Daley and Helen Glover will also be taking part. They'll be carrying the Union flag for Team GB. Helen is with me now. First of all, Helen, congratulations. What an honour. What does it mean?
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm not sure we're quite as important as Celine Dion and Lady Gaga, but I'll take it. It really means everything. I mean, it's just something I never imagined would happen to me. And I think that when I look back at the Olympics, I've always been such an Olympics fan, and the big snippets, this big shot in my memory are those moments when you see the flag bearers, and they were always my heroes, and so to be given the honour, it just means so much.
We know the opening ceremony is going to be a bit different on the River Seine, so how are you going to do it?
I have no idea. You know as much as I do about what's going to happen. All I know is it's going to look spectacular, it's going to be amazing. We don't know what's happening, we're going to be on a boat, and that's as much as I can tell you.
Well, we are really looking forward to seeing Team GB on the boat. Congratulations again. Helen Glover, flag bearer, one of the two flag bearers for Team GB. Thank you very much for speaking to
Thank
talkSPORT.
you.
The Olympic flame has now made its way down from the Eiffel Tower. Escorted along the River Seine, we spotted legends including Carl Lewis, Nadia Comaneci, Serena Williams, Rafa Nadal and Zinedine Zidane as well. That flame now back on dry land. It's made its way past the Louvre and it's come into the Tuileries Gardens. And the flame that was lit in Olympia in Greece in April. It arrived here in France for the torch relay in Marseille in May. And it's now in the hands of our final torch bearers. We can reveal the Olympic flame will be lit by judoka Teddy Riner and the athlete Marie-José Pérec. They have the torches in their hands. The closely guarded secret is revealed. And they are illuminating a giant golden globe which will rise into the night sky. And for the third time in its history, the Olympic flame burns over the city of Paris. Let the games begin. Oh, what a night. What a night. I can confirm it is still raining here in Paris, and no, I haven't dried out yet. Mixed. Mixed is the word I'm hearing as far as the reviews that I've heard from home. Personally, I loved it, but I was at the heart of it, commentating on the opening ceremony of Paris 2024 for talkSPORT. But as a TV show, I understand from the people I've spoken to, the messages I've had, it felt a bit disjointed. And the weather, well, that hasn't helped, of course. Organisers, I know, had to make some big decisions late on over certain sections of the ceremony. For the athletes, yes, I agree. There wasn't that big moment entering the stadium to a roar. And in the future, some may regret that. But this was a show about France. It was a show about Paris. And that's what the opening ceremony is all about. There will always be those cultural references in the ceremony that we just don't understand. But as Katie Shanahan and I walked back earlier from where I'd been commentating and Katie had been reporting under our umbrella, Parisians had tears in their eyes. They were tears of joy. They loved it. The postcard from Paris made them so proud at what they presented to the planet. Good morning, day one of competition, and for many, swimming will be the focus of week one. I'm at La Défense Arena, normally a rugby venue. This week it will see the likes of Adam Peaty, Katie Ledecky and home hope Léon Marchand in action. Then Kelly Holmes, amongst others, is in the crowd. Peaty's attempt to win a third consecutive 100 metres breaststroke gold begins later. And whilst I don't think he's in the same physical shape as he was in Rio and Tokyo, more importantly, mentally, he says he's better than ever. And his son will be here to cheer him on. The Olympic silver medalist, Anna Henderson. How does that sound, Olympic silver medalist?
I can't believe it. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm over the moon. Yeah, we put together a plan together, and it all came off today, and everything went perfectly. So I can't believe I'm standing here with a silver medal. It's crazy.
Tell me about the conditions. How tough were they?
Yeah, well, a lot more tough than I kind of realised now. Well, I realised it was a lot more tough now than it was in the race. I'm glad I kind of, zoned it all out. But, we really took control in the corners and, power in the flats and the straights. So, we really, executed a good plan today.
Anna Henderson overcame torrential rain to win silver in the women's individual time trial. The 25-year-old posted a time of 41.09.83, edging out the USA's Chloe Dygert by just 0.87 seconds. Anna broke her collarbone in February, missing 2 months of the season before returning to racing and repeating her injury just a fortnight later. Next week she'll be back in action as one of 4 Team GB riders in the road race. We are at Team GB House this morning with a couple of Team GB medalists. Not just a couple of Team GB medalists, but Yasmin Harper. Happy birthday to you, by the way.
Thanks so much.
And Scarlett Mew Jensen is with us. Yasmin, first of all, what a present this is.
I know, honestly, I've not had a present like this before for my birthday, so to be turning 24 today with the bronze medal it's pretty good.
Scarlett, what apart from, a series of great dives, did you get her for her birthday?
I'm still working on the present, although I feel like this is a good one.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. You can forgive me.
We are not far from the Champs-Elysees. I mean, there's a Louis Vuitton shop. There's a Chanel shop. I mean, get shopping later. You told me you've got a bit of time today.
Yeah, that is true. I've got a week and a half to work on the present, so I'll be shopping.
How can I describe Team GB House to you? Well, it's one of 2 key locations here in Paris. One is the Performance Lodge. That's in Clichy. That's where athletes go as part of their preparation. And here at Team GB House, we are near the Bois de Boulogne, which is where the British Olympic Association invite their partners, sponsors, their special guests, the VIPs. Now, today, for example, I've seen long jumper Jasmine Sawyers here. She's missing these games through injury, but she is here working for a social media company, so she's interviewing athletes who come here. Usually once their events are finished, they get to spend time with friends and with family and to see people like me and like Jasmine for interviews. A concussion in April that meant 6 weeks off her bike and a return to competition where she could only finish 30th. Both distant memories here at Elancourt as Team GB's Evie Richards finished 5th in the women's cross-country mountain bike. She was just 25 seconds off a medal. The 27-year-old then waited at the finish line for teammate Ella McLean-Howe, the teenager who finished 23rd. It's Evans now with the return. It's a terrific return as well. And from being 9-5 down, Murray and Evans are back level, 9 points each in this tie-break, this third set tie-break. And again, we're going to get a change of ends. Murray and Evans go over to their drink station and their chairs. They both take a gulp of the drinks. The Japanese pair do the same. They look like a slightly forlorn pair this time, it has to be said, because they thought they were going to be into the second round here. But Murray and Evans have done amazingly well. Now what can they do? Can they perform the miracle? Will this be a comeback to end all comebacks from Andy Murray? How many times have we seen it in his career? Remember Murray and Evans. We spoke to them on talkSPORT at the Team GB Performance Lodge in Clichy just a few days ago. Murray spoke to our colleague John Cushing, and Andy Murray told him that he and Dan Evans have been practicing hard for this and they fancied their chances of going deep in this competition. But then the draw came out and we knew it was going to be a tough draw. It's proved to be a tough draw here as well against this Japanese pair who won that first set 6-2. They thought they were going to win the second set, but Murray and Evans got back and won it on the tie break. Oh, and the British pair have taken the lead. They are 10 points to 9 up now in this third set, and now they have an opportunity. They got it! From the brink of defeat, Andy Murray and Dan Evans have extended the Scotsman's tennis career by at least one more match. They were behind in the first set. They looked dead and buried in the second set. They were 5 match points from going out of this tournament in this third set 10-point tiebreak. But they have done it in the most remarkable scenes here at Roland Garros. Andy Murray and Dan Evans live to fight another day. Dan Evans is punching the air. He's walking round the court, taking the applause. The pair of them embrace. Andy Murray goes across to the British fans now. They're jumping up and down on the spot. Evans turns. Murray now throws his wristbands into the crowd. Now the baseball cap goes in as well. I think a volunteer's got that. The shirt's going to come off. No, he's seen sense and he's kept it on. Andy Murray and Dan Evans have done absolutely fantastic things out here. They looked as though they were heading out of this tournament. I thought I was describing the final moments of Andy Murray's professional tennis career. But Andy Murray and Dan Evans, they said they had a chance in this tournament. How often have we seen it from adversity that they come good? There's been serious adversity in this match. Andy Murray is not ready to retire yet. How tough was today?
Yeah, it was obviously a really difficult match. We didn't play that well. For the majority of the match, but at times, when it clicked, we played unbelievable. There was no sort of middle ground, and we're going to have to improve on that if we want to go further. Next round we're playing either two top singles players or very good doubles team. So we'll have to play better than we did tonight, but I think we will. I was certainly nervous. I don't know if Dan was. He played a long match earlier in the day in the singles, and we're a little bit flat. So hopefully we come out with a bit more energy next match.
Are you nervous because of the enormity, thinking this could be my last ever game as a professional tennis player?
Well, I actually felt fine going into the match. Like today, I felt all right. I was pretty focused and had a good warm up and practiced well early in the day. But yeah, when we got on the court and sort of went behind, and I wasn't feeling that good, wasn't serving well, and wasn't hitting the ball that clean, then yeah, you feel that a bit. You're getting very close to the end, and doubles matches can get away from you very, very quickly. Because of the way the scoring is. So yeah, I was feeling it a bit during the middle of the match, but at the end, I locked in and focused unbelievably well, considering we're a point away from being the end. Five times in a row. It's not easy to come through that.
10 years ago, when I first started having some mental health issues and kind of going through that whole journey, and the disappointment of Tokyo, and coming away from that and just coming strength to strength, and all the times I've opened up about my journey and hoping that it would inspire someone to go get help or even take up sport to help them. And yeah, I think hopefully yesterday there's a little girl watching, or guy, out there and wanting to do their best and go chase their dreams.
Adam Peaty last night has been very vocal about mental health challenges. We need people like Adam, we need people like you to speak out and normalise things, don't we?
Yeah, definitely, and as well as Niall Wilson, a very strong advocate for mental health, he's really open about it as well. And yeah, Adam in the pool last night, really gutted for him not to win that gold, but he said it didn't matter what colour it was, he was already winning. So it definitely feels like that when you've been on such a long journey with those struggles. But yeah, I think we're all thrilled to have the team behind us, and yeah, we're really proud to have medals around our neck at the end of the day.
Kimberly Woods, Olympic bronze medalist, thanks for speaking to talkSPORT.
Thank you.
Tom Daley is about to do his first dive and enter his 5th Olympic Games. This first dive from Tom Daley and his partner Noah Williams will be an inward 1.5 somersault in the pike position. And it's a score of 53.40 for Team GB, for Tom Daley and for Noah Williams, as they enter the first round of 6 in the men's synchronised 10-metre platform dive. Here at the Paris Aquatic Centre, it is Olympic silver for Tom Daley and Noah Williams to add to the 3 bronze medals and the gold that he won in Tokyo back in 2021 alongside Matty Lee. Noah Williams and Tom Daley are the Olympic silver medalists. The gold has gone to China, the bronze has gone to Canada, but Tom Daley is back on an Olympic podium. I remember you telling me that you two don't really get to train together very much. So, I mean, what could you do if you actually were together a bit more?
Oh, it would be insane. We'd be setting world records. He actually said to me before the competition, he was like, look, I've never got silver, so don't dive too good. I'd rather silver, so that's what I did for him.
And what does it mean for you to have completed that collection? 5 games. I mean, 3 bronzes, the gold, and that one today.
Yeah, I can't quite believe it, actually, when I put it into the context of, like, how I thought about this when I was like a little kid wanting to go to my first Olympics, and now looking back on my whole Olympic diving career with 5 medals across 5 games, and all of the other medals like World Championships, Europeans, Commonwealth, I just feel I'm just really, really happy with everything that I've been able to achieve over the years.
You live in Los Angeles, so you've got to go for that one, haven't you?
Another home games. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, for right now, all I want to do is go and give my kids a squish and see them, but we'll see.
That's a very polite way of saying I should wrap up. Go and give your kids a squish. Well done, both of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Live on talkSPORT at the finish of the mountain bike, where we've seen Team GB win a gold in the last few minutes with Performance Director Stephen Park. Your reaction?
Just absolutely fantastic, isn't it? I mean, you can hear the crowd shouting for Charlie Aldridge, actually, as he's walking by. He had a fantastic race, and Thomas Pidcock, what a ride! I mean, what a gun pack to be able to have that flat, have the change, and then be able to come back from 40 seconds down to make that recovery. Just incredible, and be able to overtake just in that final stretch to the finish on that downhill. Incredible technical ability by Tom. But also the training that he's put in to get himself to a position where he was able to make that final effort to the line and hold off the Frenchman was just incredible.
Just 2.266 points separated Team GB and the USA in the battle for bronze in the men's all-around team final. Japan won the gold, China won the silver. The group of Max Weadock, Jake Jarman, Joe Fraser, Harry Hepworth and Luke Whitehouse can take comfort in qualifying for 6 individual apparatus finals. That's the best ever result for Team GB at the Olympic Games. Whitlock is looking for a 3rd consecutive pommel horse gold medal here, whilst Jarman and Fraser have also qualified for the all-around final. Well, I'm actually talking to you from the foot of the Eiffel Tower, and today is one of those days when the images of those famous Paris landmarks should have gone all around the globe, because we should have been enjoying the men's triathlon at the moment, but water quality standards in the River Seine not safe. E. coli bacteria levels, they say, above the acceptable standards. So the plan now is to run both the men's and the women's events tomorrow, with further pollution tests taking place in the early hours of the morning. Pitch side at the Stade de France at the conclusion of Team GB's Rugby Sevens campaign with Kieran Beattie, head coach. Kieran, your reaction to the whole Olympic experience?
I think initially disappointed not to be picking up a medal. We were quite open about it. We came for that. That's why we were here. And again, we kicked this tournament off again. I think we can still medal. We've got the people here. But this is the beautiful game of sevens. You've just seen Canada beating Australia in a semi-final. No one would have thought that. And that's what it's about. And as the noise, everything about this whole experience has just been superb and a great advert for women's rugby.
This has just been one of those wonderful nights of sport that just makes the Olympics so brilliant. I mean, you've had Andy Murray and Dan Evans. They were supplying yet more drama at Roland Garros. We've had a brilliant gold medal at La Défense Arena for Team GB in the pool. But what I would say, and I think Jazz will understand this as a 2-time Olympic medalist herself, whilst the top tennis players, like Andy Murray, are earning big money, and the swimmers, they're in receipt of UK sport funding, which means they're part of a well-established system. They get all the support to help with their training and their performance. Where I was earlier, at the Rugby Sevens, that same level of organisation for things like coaching, training camps, support staff, travel, logistics, it all comes down to funding, but it's just not there in the same way. And unless that changes, Team GB won't only not be competing for medals in Rugby Sevens next time, they will be struggling to qualify. It will be a gold medal here for Beaugrand of France. She enters the blue carpeted area now, just ahead of me. All of the phones are out, the tricolour flags are flying, and it will be a gold medal for the host nation. Beaugrand of France comes up to the line, and she crosses the line. She puts her arms out. It's gold for France and Beaugrand. Deron of Switzerland punches the air as she crosses the line in the silver medal position. But importantly for Team GB, the world champion's going to get a bronze medal in the Olympic Games. Beth Potter of Scotland wins bronze for Team GB. She crosses the finish line, she collapses on the floor, and Team GB have another medal on the table for Beth Potter. How important was today in rewriting your memories of the Olympic Games?
Yeah,
when I started to feel a bit unwell the other day, and I was just panicking that it was just Rio coming all back. So I'm just glad that I can put the Olympics to bed now, and I've had a good performance, and I'm really happy with that.
With two-time Olympic gold medalist Alistair Brownlee, just your reaction to Beth Potter's bronze?
Fantastic. I hope she's not too disappointed with that. It was an amazing race, super tough, and I think it's an Olympic medal at the end of the day, so fantastic, good on her. I know she wanted to win that gold medal, but you could see she was giving everything she had right to the very end, and I think isn't it amazing how far she's come? She was in Rio as a runner and only converted to triathlon after that, as done so much of it off her own back, training in Leeds, and she's a real inspirational story.
Quick word just about Alex Yee up next. Can he follow you onto the top of the podium?
I think the smart money is on Alex Yee this afternoon, to be honest. I think the probability is he's going to win. He's the best athlete in the field.
We're watching the men's triathlon, and I'm going to get the expert opinion of Georgia Taylor-Brown, who competed earlier on today. And we've got Sam, who's leading, I think, at the moment, as we hear the bell for the final lap of the cycling, and Alex Yee in good shape too.
Yes, Alex is in really good shape. I guess I'm a bit biased, but I'm probably going to call him for the win here. He just makes it look so easy. Sam and Alex are out there. I hope they're enjoying it. I hope they're really taking in the crowd, because it is ridiculous. It's so loud. It's so intense. I didn't even see my family, and there's a lot of them. It's going to be an exciting run race.
It's been a dramatic final lap. It's been a dramatic final lap for Alex Yee, who has just looked over his shoulder. He's overtaken Hayden Wilde, and the young man from Lewisham is going to take the gold medal here. It's going to be an individual gold medal for Alex Yee and Team GB. Hayden Wilde will win the silver medal, and it will be a bronze medal for France. But for Alex Yee, an individual gold medalist to add to the team gold medal that he won 3 years ago. It's been a magnificent morning at the triathlon, under the shadow of the Eiffel Tower. A brilliant bronze for Beth Potter earlier, and now a golden moment in the French capital for Alex Yee. It's gold for Team GB. Welcome back to the finish line at the triathlon. I'm with the gold medalist Alex Yee. Alex, you're on talkSPORT. Congratulations. What does it mean to win that gold medal?
I'm still in a bit of disbelief, to be honest. I think, for me, I just wanted to give a complete swim, bike and run, and I felt like I was able to swim with the main guys, and then ride as hard as I could, try and keep the group working as much as we could, and then gave my best account of myself on the run. And at 5k I was going for a real bad patch, and I honestly probably thought the race was over, but for me, I wanted to give myself that one last chance and not give up on what I've worked so hard towards and what so many other people have worked with me to achieve. So I owed it to them and to myself to just give it one last chance, and amazingly, it all worked out.
It's a guaranteed medal for Kieran Riley in the BMX freestyle, but what colour it will be, we do not know. He's on his final run at the moment. Remember, he scored 93.70 on that first run. The home hope, Anthony Jean-Jean, who fell within 5 seconds of that first run, nailed his second run at 93.76. He's gone into the silver medal position. It wasn't enough to overhaul Torres of Argentina. His second run of 92.12 did not eclipse his first run of 94.82. So Torres of Argentina in gold at the moment. Jean-Jean of France in the silver medal position. Kieran Riley, as we await the judges' scores, and we'll have to bring them to you very shortly. Kieran Riley guaranteed at least a bronze, but can he do better than his 93.70? Can he do better than Jean-Jean's 93.76 to move into silver? Or can he do better than 94.82 and win the gold? Silver medal for Team GB's Kieran Riley here at the BMX Freestyle. The judges had a long look at that second run. Remember, he dropped to the bronze medal position after Anthony Jean-Jean nailed his second run with a score of 93.76, but Jean-Jean has now dropped to the bronze medal position. Kieran Riley was practically perfect in that second run, a score of 93.91, but he cannot overhaul the Argentine. Gil Jose Torres has won the gold medal here. It's a silver medal for Kieran Riley. Many people thought the world champion would become an Olympic champion, but it's second place for Riley.
I won this medal. It's not about keeping it clean and pristine. It's an amazing achievement, and I want to share that with as many people as I can. I know when I was a kid and we had people from sport come into school, whether it was an Olympian or a professional athlete, that's a huge thing. And so if I can use this to inspire anyone, that's massive.
And that second run, talk us through it. Tell us what you did.
I think I did the best run of my life, whether that be because of what I did on the course or because of what I needed to do that run on the course. You know, mentally it was huge, and I really showed that I can do this on the big stage when I have to. And yeah, I pulled off one of my biggest tricks that I do, a 720 double tail whip. This was a trick last year I had to try very hard to get into my competition runs. I was able to end my competition run yesterday with it under fatigue, so that was something I knew was going to take a lot of commitment and heart at the end of the run. And yeah, committing to it twice and pulling it off 2 in a row was something I'm really, really proud of.
What Léon Marchand has done tonight will be one of the undoubted highlights of the Games. And I'm not just talking about here in France, but I'm talking around the world as well. No man has won 2 individual swimming golds in one evening since 1976. And of course he's done it in such technically different strokes as well. But more than that, I would say the pressure that he must have felt here at his home games. Natalie, if you and Alex just turn for a moment from our rooftop position here and you look, what do you see? You see the Eiffel Tower, of course. You'll see one other prominent landmark ahead of us. It's a skyscraper and it's got Marchand's face on the side. Now that is the Paris equivalent of us putting Jessica Ennis and her image on one entire side of Canary Wharf back in 2012. That is the pressure that he swam under, and he has delivered. Andy Murray and Dan Evans will be back in action tomorrow at Roland Garros in the quarter-finals. They will face the American duo of Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul. Murray and Evans have faced match points in their opening 2 matches as the Scotsman seeks a 4th Olympic medal. For Evans, Paris 2024 is his Olympic debut. These games will be Murray's last event in a professional tennis career which has seen him win 3 Grand Slam titles, the Davis Cup and become world number 1, all in addition to his Olympic achievements. And one of the things I think that people at home really like about Olympians and Team GB is actually the ordinariness of you guys. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, definitely. When I used to watch the Olympics when I was younger, if it was on TV, I used to switch it on. And it was never anything that kind of resonated with me because I thought these athletes are just superhuman. Like I could never achieve that. And I just want to tell everyone out there that is in the same situation, thinking the same things. We are not superhuman. Like anyone can do this if you've got enough drive, determination. I'm just Georgie.
I'm going to leave it there because GB are on the start line and I'm sure you want to go and watch your mates.
Yes, thank you very much.
Listen, I'm absolutely thrilled for Lois Tolson. She's a diver from the City of Leeds club. It's her first Olympic medal. This year was probably her best chance of getting on the Olympic podium. Together with her partner Andrea Spendolini-Siriex, they came into these games having won bronze at the World Championships in Doha earlier on in the year. It's Lois's 3rd appearance at the Olympic Games, and this precious medal for her will go along with her World, European and Commonwealth Games medals. Joe Clark will be off in a moment. So 23 gates, as I said. The red and white painted poles that we'll see, those are the gates that Joe Clark has to negotiate upstream. The green and white rings around the poles, those are the gates that he must negotiate downstream. And Joe Clark is off, very powerful to start, and he goes through the first 3 gates with no issues whatsoever. Remember, he only needs a top 12 finish here. There will be a 2-second penalty were he to hit one of the gates, a 50-second penalty if he was to miss one of those gates entirely, which is what happened in qualification. It's a 19.93 split, so that would put him in first position after the first split time through gate number 8, and he also clears that one. No penalty score there. We will await the second split for you, and Joe Clark now powers through this central part of the course, and he's safely negotiated gate number 9, and still Joe Clark now of Team GB powering through, as we said. And as he has to go through one of those red and white striped gates upstream, he safely negotiates 12 and 13. He's level at the moment with the German Noah Hager, who leads the standings. It's another one of those red and white upstream gates, and Joe Clark negotiates that one as well. 16 is negotiated, and he gets through that without any penalty time as well. Joe Clark is really having to go for this one now as he goes through 18. He's also clear of 19 as well. We've got 4 more gates for Joe Clark. He's 4 more gates between a place of him and the Olympic final. He just opens his mouth and gasps for breath there as he powers through towards the end of this one. The last upstream gate, the red and white stripes on the poles. He safely negotiates that one. He goes through 21, 2 more gates to go, and Joe Clark is there. 22 and 23 safely negotiated. No penalty scores. He wags his finger at the crowds here. Lots of Union flags in evidence. Joe Clark goes to the top of the rankings. It's a time of 89.51, and with only 3 more paddlers to go, Joe Clark is assured of a place in the Olympic final. Here he goes now, looking to try and win back that Olympic gold medal. 23 gates for Joe Clark between him and success and a place on the top of the podium. He's clear of gate number 1. He goes through gate number 2 as well. Now he powers down towards gate number 3, 4, 5 and 6, and he's clear and through of all of them. Joe Clark, we are looking now for the first split. The first split from De Gennaro was 20.34, and Clark is up on that, 0.46. He's doing well, but he's got himself into a little bit of a mess there. Now he needs to really put the afterburners on. He needs to dig deep into his reserves here, Joe Clark, if he's to get on that podium and get a medal. We're looking for the next split time here. No penalty scores have come up. De Gennaro 46.15, and Clark is, he's outside of that by over half a second at the minute. The gold medal will probably have gone here for Joe Clark. There's a grimace as he goes through gate 14. He's lost a lot of speed, and we wait again for the next split time. The Italian who's in the gold medal position, 68.52, and Clark has lost some time again here because he's outside of that by 1.19. Now he needs to power down for the last 3 gates on this course. There's one upstream one that is signified by the red and white stripes around the pole. He's got 3 green and white stripe poles to go, and now he really pushes towards the finish. 88.22 is the score. He's outside by 1.60. He puts his hands on his head. It will be a 5th place finish for Joe Clark. There will be no repeat of his Rio revelry with Ronaldo. It will not be party in Paris tonight for him, but remember, he does have that second event, the kayak cross as well. Joe Clark, so much hope, so much expectation. The Italians around us are celebrating. It is going to be a gold for Giovanni De Gennaro. How lucky were you to get the tickets for this?
We've been planning this for over 2 years. Before Simone even announced she was coming back, we were planning it for 2 years, and just really got lucky that she came back and we saw something, an experience of a lifetime. This is the pinnacle, to see the greatest of all time. Everybody knows who Simone Biles is.
She was outstanding. I mean, her poise and charisma and just pure skill was amazing to watch.
And how good is it to have her back on the Olympic stage after what happened 3 years ago?
Well, she's phenomenal and a true inspiration. She's truly has it all. She is the GOAT.
Well, good evening to you too. This is an unexpected but pleasant surprise to be back with you tonight. And yeah, as you've just been hearing, we do have an electrical storm here in Paris this evening. Thunder and lightning. And that storm means it's unsafe for Natalie and Rio 2016 hockey gold medalist Alex Danson-Bennett, who is her guest tonight, to continue in their outdoor studio. No cover there, so they've rushed to get back in the dry. Meanwhile, we'll do our best to reflect on today at the Games, live from my hotel reception. This is Olympic kickoff, and we are here for another 30 minutes or so until the guys are ready with Sports Bar at 10. Ireland have a gold medal here. Paul, congratulations to you. What does that mean, having that gold medal back around your neck?
Well, it's very nice, very happy you're here this morning. We put in a lot of hard work the past few weeks, the past year, the past many years, not just us, the whole team of us, and to do it in front of such a big crowd from Ireland, it was unbelievable, the amount of Irish supporters and tricolours that were in that grandstand, and all up over halfway along the rowing course. So we great support to cheer us along all the way, and we needed that, I think. Tough racing out there.
When you're out there, how aware are you of the crowd? How much is it a performance advantage for you, Finton?
I could hear screaming, and usually it's the last few 50 regattas you get a bit of a boost from the crowd, but about halfway through the race I started hearing them, and that kind of carried us for the second half of the race.
3 years ago, so close, and then everything that's happened since has been building to this moment. But what does it mean in the moment?
It means everything. It's not just being Olympic champions and realising the dreams that we've held for both of us, more than a decade, but we're Olympic champions forever. It's unbelievable.
What are the emotions? Can you describe the emotions?
Joy, disbelief, relief, amazement, tiredness, joy. It's just tears, sadness that we never get to do it again.
What a team effort, though, for you two. I mean, take us inside the last 3 years, because from the outside, back-to-back Worlds, back-to-back Europeans, unbeaten, but that betrays all the hard work and the effort that goes on.
I mean, I think it's not just us. We've got an incredible team. We've got our coach Darren, who's just been incredible, leading us with such a, oh no, I'm going again, such a clear vision.
They missed out on a medal in Tokyo by just 0.01 seconds. And since the last Olympic Games, the pair have won 2 world and 2 European titles, remaining unbeaten for the whole Paris cycle. They crossed the line nearly a length ahead of their nearest rivals, Romania. It will be the last time lightweight rowing is on the Olympic programme. It's been replaced by beach rowing in Los Angeles in 2028. It's always a special moment at the Olympic Games, the first night of athletics action inside the stadium. There will be 1 gold medal up for grabs, the men's 10,000 metres, but no Team GB interest in that event. We will see Keely Hodgkinson, Gemma Reekie and Phoebe Gill in the heats of the women's 800 metres, and Scott Lincoln in shot put qualification, although the USA's Ryan Krauser is the hot favourite in that event. Plus the mixed 4x400 metre relay heats take place. That represents a great opportunity for Team GB to win a medal. Commentary at the Stade de France from Nigel Adderley and 3-time Olympic sprinter Adam Jamili, with expert analysis from Tessa Sanderson and Daley Thompson. Joshua, what does it mean to you to have upgraded the silver from 3 years ago and now Olympic gold medalist over 10,000 metres?
For me, this is really worth rewarding, and always the 10K is my special distance. You can see in my medal collection, I have won 3 times in a World Championship and a silver medal, so it's really worth rewarding that I win now the 10K. So it means that my collection is really complete.
An Olympic medal is something very special, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really special. It's not easy to win, because it's like it happens 4 years. So I'm pretty sure that in the next Olympics I will not be on the track. So it's going to be like it's my last Olympics on the track.
We're at Team GB House this morning. Plenty of medalists are doing the rounds, including Ollie Wynne-Griffith and Tom George, silver medalists yesterday in the men's pair rowing. I spoke to you after the race yesterday. I sensed there was a bit of frustration with the pair of you. How are you feeling this morning?
Yeah, I think reflecting on it, certainly watching the race back, just fills me with a lot of pride. I think we raced it in exactly the best way that we wanted to do it. We did it exactly the way we spoke about doing it the night before. It's the best race we've ever put together. We rode ourselves to a standstill, and we certainly went down not knowing. Obviously, there's a bit of like bittersweet nature of the fact that we got overhauled in the last 3 or 4 strokes of the race, and just would have hoped the course had been 50 metres shorter. But I think overall, you watch the way we took the race out. I'm more proud of that race than probably all the others in my career put together, honestly.
A bronze in Tokyo, silver in Rio, and a gold in Paris. Congratulations, Bryony Page, Olympic champion.
Thank you so much. It feels amazing. I can't believe it.
Does it feel, do you think, even better because you've gone up, if you like, in those incremental stages? Because there is that special currency about being an Olympic champion, even though you have 2 Olympic medals already.
Yeah, definitely. I think, for me, winning the silver in Rio, it felt like a gold medal because I was just so happy with my performance. It was the best I could have done on that day in that moment. So for me, it felt like gold. But since then, I've been kind of dreaming of becoming an Olympic champion and feel like I had the potential to do it, and missed out in Tokyo, but still managed to get a medal. So to be able to complete the set, it really feels something very extremely special.
We are looking ahead as well to where the medals might come next week, and they might come in skateboarding, and one of the men we hope will deliver those medals is with me now, Andy McDonald. Andy, has everyone asked you about your age today? Tell us how old you are and why everyone's obsessed.
That's the lead-in, I guess. Everyone's obsessed. I'm 51 years old. I had a birthday while I was on the train with Team GB from London to Paris, and I'm the oldest in the skateboard competition.
Fantastic though, isn't it, that we've got you and then we've got Lola and we've got Sky, and that just goes to show everybody back at home that there's no barriers, you can do anything, and that's important, isn't it?
Yeah, age is just a number, really. People are like, oh, I used to skate and then I stopped skating. Yeah, and then you got old. Like, don't stop, and then you won't get old. Skateboarding is the fountain of youth for me, absolutely.
It means the world to me. I said yesterday that I dreamt of being here. Me and my mum had a dream of being here. She passed away in 2019 when I was 15 years old. And I think I wanted to get out here in the final and grab that medal for her. I think in the back of my mind, down the home straight, I was thinking, just do it for her, do it for her, do it for her. And I think it carried me through. And then these guys did their job. We got the medal, and I can't be happier.
Sam, I love what you were saying, and thanks very much for your honesty. Alex, talk us through the race then. I mean, it looked exciting from up here.
Yeah, no, we all just put our hearts on the line, and in the wind, in the rain, we went and delivered the job. So I'm just really proud of us, and we've got more work to do. So we're just going to briskly go on to recover and get ready for the next one.
Let me ask you about that lap of honour. Took quite some time. Did you see everybody in the stadium with the Union flag, or just most of them, Lavia?
We tried to see as many people as we could. There was a huge British contingency here. Makes us so kind of felt like we were competing at home in a way, so we wanted to make sure that we thanked each and every one of them. So yeah, it took us a while to get around.
And Amber, what does this mean to you? You're an Olympic bronze medalist. Well done.
Oh my gosh, so much. I think even for Lloyd, Coach Lloyd, who passed away in COVID, I mean, this is really for him and my coach, Coach Johnson at Arkansas. This is a dream come true. I've worked so hard to get here, and to finish with you guys with a bronze medal in the first event, the first medal for us on the track is just something so special. So yeah, I'm just trying to take it all in, but got to get ready for the rest of the champs and cheering on the rest of Team GB.
A bronze medal for Harry Hepworth in the last few moments in the men's vault here at the Bercy Arena. All eyes were on Arta Davtyan of Armenia, who was the last gymnast to go. There was an extraordinarily long wait as we awaited those scores. The score came up, though. It was a 14.966 for the Armenian. That took him into the silver medal position. It meant that Harry Hepworth wins the bronze with his score of 14.949, and Harry Hepworth has an individual bronze medal, as does Jake Jarman from earlier on in the gymnastics programme on the floor. But for Jake Jarman here in the vault, where he was very highly fancied, he's ended up finishing in fourth position. The gold, incidentally, has gone to Carlos Edrialulo of the Philippines. So gold for the Philippines, silver for Armenia, and a brilliant bronze for the young Yorkshireman, Harry Hepworth. I remember chatting to you in Glasgow at the World Indoors, and you were talking about your country then. Tell us about how small your country is and what this will mean back at home.
70,000 people, one gold medal. When you talk about quality over quantity, we are the definition of that. This is massive. I know they're celebrating for me already, and I can't wait to see everyone and be on island again.
You say this is massive. You must be massive at home as well.
Yeah, I mean, people are definitely freaking out about it, and I'm still a girl that, just grew up in Canefield and really fell in love with the sport, and I was lucky enough to have that love be nurtured, and it grew into this.
Saying that I could go and be an Olympian, and I don't even care what my mum says, I'm going to get the tattoo just to show that I've been here, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Because it is so difficult coming out here. I've been getting performance anxiety, and it's like going out on stage or something, because this is basically just a performance, and to be doing it in front of so many people and having to come and do interviews afterwards is something that I didn't think I'd be doing until I was 20s or something. But to say that I achieved doing that at 17, it's just, I'm so happy that I could go through this.
You talk about performance. What you've done is West End, Broadway, Hollywood, all wrapped up into one. A word about Keely. She's in the final. Is she going to win the gold?
Of course she is. Come on, look at her. She's in her own league. She is such a beautiful person, and she's really looked out for me, and I'm so glad that she's carrying on the tradition of Great Britain and the honour that we have in these events, because, she is the moment in the 800 metres. She's what everyone aspires to be like.
We're with Holly Bradshaw. Holly, I just saw you there, just taking a few moments, just surveying the scene. There's a few tears in your eyes. What are you thinking about? What were you thinking about when you were looking out there across the arena?
I think I'm upset really, because my dad, I wanted him to be here. It would have been really nice for him to watch me in this arena, and all my family and friends are here. So I think the moment I, reflect and think about that, it's just quite hard anyway. And then layer on top, just not the finish that I wanted. I just feel a bit crushed. The last week has been, I've been really upset, and since he passed away in November, I've tried to put on a brave face, but every couple of days I'll just break down. So I think I'm proud of myself for making it here and giving it a good go, but I just felt like I could have done a bit better.
Alistair Chalmers, who is 24 years of age, a personal best time of 48.54. He goes in lane number 9. In 2, Malik James King, 3, Berka Akam, 4, Ken Toyoda, 5, Ming Yang Peng, 6, Mateus Lima of Brazil, 7, Joshua Abu Aku, 8, Ismail Abakar, and then Alistair Chalmers here on the outside. An athlete who will consider himself maybe a little bit lucky to be here after the wet and windy and cold trials in Manchester, where he ran under protest after a false start he needed as well in that trial to get the qualification time. He was eventually selected for the team, having dived across the line, and he is starting really well here, showing good form. Got a faller just inside of Alistair Chalmers, and that is Ismail Abakar, who has fallen. He will pick himself up to finish this race in order to be able to go into the repechage, you would think. In fact, he is slumped on that back straight and he's unable to pick himself up. Alistair Chalmers, meanwhile, approaches hurdle number 7 here. He's one of 3 that are trying to qualify here. There is in the lead from Jamaica, Malik James King, who looks in good form as he crosses that final hurdle. Malik James King is going to qualify in first position. Alistair Chalmers is going to try and dive for the line. He might just get there, as he did at the trials. He collapses over the line in lane number 9. Alistair Chalmers in a photo there with Abu Aku of Germany, and we'll have to have a look at that one again. Alistair Chalmers is a man that brings drama wherever he goes. Drama at the British Championships with the full start, the running under protest, the diving across the line to get the time, eventually getting selected, and he's had to do it again here, and he has. He's been given the nod in this photo finish. So Malik James King, 48.21, qualifies as the winner of the heat. Mateus Lima qualifies 48.90, and Alistair Chalmers of Team GB, the Channel Islander, 48.98, the man that made history at Birmingham 2022 in the Commonwealth Games, winning Guernsey medal there. Alistair Chalmers has qualified. I think that's a really interesting conversation, and this afternoon here we are talking about Adam Peaty and whether he'll call it a day on his competitive swimming career. But here I am, I'm at the Bercy Arena. This was the gymnastics venue, and I'm mindful today of this social media post by Simone Biles, essentially asking the likes of me, the likes of us, to stop asking the question about retirement. She says it's too soon, they've just come off the field of play, emotions are still running very high. I think Adam Peaty will take some time, he will consider his physical and his mental shape, and then he'll decide on his next moves. Noah, you're live on talkSPORT in the UK. What do you recall about last night and waking up this morning the fastest man in the world?
I recall waiting a long time for the start. I recall waiting a long time for the finish. And I recall a lot of cheering and a lot of excitement, a lot of emotions, peeing in some cups, you know, the good stuff. And waking up, a lot of texts, a lot of messages, a lot of blessings.
When did you know that you'd won that race?
Not until my name popped up on that screen. I truly did not know. I was so far from Kashane and Fred that I had no idea what was going on. I truly dipped out of gut feeling and the will to win.
You had your medal ceremony tonight. Yeah. How emotional was that for you?
It was. I didn't cry this time, but gosh, I couldn't stop smiling. It was an amazing moment, and gosh, I'm so blessed. I'm truly blessed and honored to be here.
We are trackside at the Stade de France with Olympic champion Keely Hodgkinson, but you know your time and place. I'm going to step aside and let another Olympic champion, Dame Kelly Holmes, take over. Dame Kelly.
Keely, you've done it! Olympic champion, well done! Fantastic! So much. Right, okay, you've had an incredible championships. Was that your game plan, to run at the front like that and control the race?
Yeah, well, I think, as you know, 800s are so unpredictable, but I was confident at the front, out of trouble, I was composed, and I just knew if I was really focused, that'd be really hard to beat today. I thought it'd be a little bit quicker at the first lap. I was kind of surprised, but yeah, all you can do is just stand that back straight. I knew Mary was coming, and I just, that last 100, I knew just to go, and no one's going to catch me, so yeah, I'm super happy.
Keely Hodgkinson, she has the world at her feet. She'll actually get to collect her medal tonight, and with apologies to the Rio 2016 women's hockey team, and I did bump into Sam Queck here at Team GB House this morning, watching Keely last night in the company of Dame Kelly Holmes. That is my new favourite Olympic moment. And whilst for Kelly, those Olympic gold medals she won came towards the end of her career, Keeley, remember, still just 22 years of age. And as Nigel Adderley said in his brilliant commentary last night, she could dominate this event for years to come. I'm looking at an awful lot of bling at the minute. Alex Yu's got a gold medal and a bronze medal. There's 2 bronzes for Beth Potter in front of me, a bronze hanging around the neck of Georgia Taylor-Brown, and then Sam Dickinson's got a bronze medal as well. It is the mixed team triathletes. Alex, I'll come to you first. You have more triathlon medals than anyone else on the planet. That is a pretty cool statistic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite cool. I guess we were quite fortunate, I must say, with the timing of the mixed relay coming in alongside the individual and giving us that extra relay opportunity. But to go into every race and come out with medals, yeah, pretty cool.
I was reading a tweet, Georgia, from Simone Biles where she said the likes of us need to stop kind of asking you guys what you're going to do next. We need to live in the moment. So in this moment, what are you going to do?
Enjoy it. I think for us, that is a big question, and most people do ask you that. What's next? And I don't think we have the answer because we literally just plan to the race day, and we don't really plan after that at all. But for us, we do have quite a lot of racing to still go this season. So yeah, there's a lot of travelling, there's a lot of racing. Get that done, and then I'll decide at the end of the year.
Andrea, let's just reflect on your Olympic Games, and you'll be leaving Paris 2024 with a medal.
Yeah.
And what memories?
My heart feels full. I know that obviously I didn't get the medal that I was working towards in the individual, but as you said, I'm leaving here with an Olympic medal, which is amazing, and a heart that is just full of love. Like I just feel like having my family here makes me like less sad, because I have people that are telling me like they still love me regardless, like my worth and my identity doesn't change, and God is still good. I still give him all the glory. Like I think just having everyone supporting me, it's kind of like it doesn't really matter if we do good or bad. It's unwavering support, and I'm really thankful.
Please tell the people at home listening to talkSPORT, these are happy tears?
Yeah, very happy tears. I'm just happy to be alive. I'm happy to go on holiday. I just need a holiday. I need a break. I need a refresh. And yeah, I'll come back stronger.
Olympic champion, you've had your medal moment now. Describe what was going through your mind.
That was a surreal moment for me, hearing the British national anthem at the top of the podium. I really wanted to hit that for so long. I've had it on a European level, but to hear it on a global stage, it really was really special.
How did you handle all the pressure coming into this? Because so many people were talking about you as an Olympic champion in waiting. How do you deal with that?
It was tough, I can't lie. The nerves were there, the stress was there, not just for myself, but obviously everyone else wanted me to achieve that. And I think if you flip it, you can see the positive of it, that a lot of people believe that you can do that. So that's kind of the way I wanted to approach it. And yeah, I was super grateful and happy to get the job done.
And are you ready for all the excitement back at home for what you've achieved? You're going to get a trip to the Palace, you'll be Sports Personality of the Year.
Calling it early.
Lena, first of all, physically, are you okay? Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm okay physically. Mentally, it will take some time, I think.
Yeah, where are you in the spectrum between angry and upset? What's going through the mind?
Just really disappointed, to be honest. I think I could have made that final. I think I was really close. I think I should have played it safe, but I went for the last hurdle and the lactic got me, and I just saw the ground. The next thing I know, I was on the floor.
What can you take from this experience, the work that you've had to put in to get here? Can you take anything from that at the moment, or is it still just all a bit raw?
I think I have to be proud of myself. 10 years ago I had to learn to walk again. 2 years ago I made my first championships and couldn't even make it past the first round because of suffering a relapse of my MS. So, I've come here healthy, and that's a really big disappointment because I really could have, PB today, and yeah, I don't know when that chance will come again. It's really unpredictable with my condition, but I have to be proud that I've made the Olympics and I can call myself an Olympian and a semi-finalist.
Even the stadium announcer today was saying this is Kerr against Inga Britson. Is that a bit disrespectful? Neil Gawley said to me, look, you guys know that was a much more open race than that.
Yeah, you look, obviously if you're going to listen to what the media says and you're going to be kind of very tunnel vision in what you're doing, both of us have been able to put consistent performances together and create storylines for the media to do what they want with. But if you know what you're doing, and we do, then we know every man on that 12-man start line has a go. It's the Olympic Games. It comes around every 4 years, and everyone's going to take the opportunity that's there. And I took it as much as I could today.
A word about Cole, an Olympic record tonight.
Yeah, Olympic record I think will stand for a very long time. That was a hard-fought race. He's a phenomenal athlete, and you know, all three people on that podium came through the NCAA. Were hard-fought racers that know how to do it on the big stage. So yeah, proud of him. He put together a performance that will go down in history, and you know, big PBs all round.
We know there's lots of big sports in the US. So what could your performance tonight, together with Noah Lyles, Gabby Thomas and the others, you seem to be having a really good track and field meet. What could that do for athletics in America?
Yeah, I hope this meet, you know, can catapult athletics in America to a new level. And, you know, it's so apparent when I come to Europe, the fans are different. You know, I'm from Indiana, but I went to school in Eugene, Oregon, where the fans are also different. They're into it, and it's amazing to see. But, you know, outside of that, you know, the fans show up to the really big stuff, and that's about it. But, yeah, I hope I can definitely be a part of growing this sport. And, you know, as many times as that's said, and as corny as it is, I want to be a part of that. And, yeah, it's just an honor, again, to do it with USA on my chest and, you know, do my part.
A quick word about Josh. Happy to share the podium with Great Britain's Josh Kerr?
Absolutely. Yeah, just like such a high caliber athlete, that goes without saying, but you know, a true sportsman as well. Like, he's got such a great attitude, and I feel like I know him a little bit better. He was in the NCAA system just before I was in the NCAA system, but has been training in the United States, so I see him every now and again. And same with Neil Gorley. Just great athletes, and couldn't be a better face for the UK.
Has it been difficult because of all the excitement of winning that Olympic bronze medal?
No, in a way I kind of knew that we would do it, and I'm prepared for it. I'm prepared for the idea that after we won a medal, I'd almost have to pretend that it didn't happen just so I can focus on my individual 400. Felt very focused today, but yeah, fell short, which is so disappointing.
You and Victoria in the semi-finals, Amber's reached the final, so that says a real good message out, doesn't it, about that relay team?
Yeah, we're such a strong squad. I think 2 of us sub 50, another 2 sub 51. It's a really, really strong squad, and we'll be looking to medal again in that women's relay, so I'll be bringing my best on Saturday.
See you then. Thank you.
See you then.
Congratulations, Olympic finalist. Well done. Your reaction?
Shocked. Oh my gosh. Worked so hard for this. Has been a goal the whole year. I'm just thrilled I was able to put my race together and get a PB and make it to that final.
You say you're shocked, but we were watching you. You always had it in the bag, didn't you?
Yeah, I have so much confidence just coming off the mixed relay, and then how I felt around my first round. I knew what it would take to get to this final, so I just went out there and raced like I know I can.
Matt Hudson-Smith, the enormity of what you've done, a European record, the 5th fastest time ever, and a silver medal at the Olympics. What's your reaction?
It's been a crazy journey. It's just been crazy. I did everything my coach told me to do. I couldn't do any better at the end of the day. The better man won, and if it took a PB, and I said, if you're gonna win it, you gotta take it from me, and that's exactly what he did. So I did everything I was told to do. I can't complain.
Are you happy with that silver medal?
I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, like I said, the better man won, but I just gotta keep building on it now and keep going, and my time's gonna come. It's just a matter of time.
Good morning from Team GB House. We're looking forward to hearing from our medal-winning cyclist shortly. And in the building, Matthew Hudson-Smith. He'll be live with us as well today. He won silver, remember, last night in the 400 metres. Such a close race. I think we all thought it was going to be a moment of destiny. The Birchfield Harrier would win gold. After all, it's exactly 100 years ago, here in Paris, when Eric Liddell did it, immortalised in the film Chariots of Fire. Pretty sure the TV companies had the montage ready to go, but he was edged out, Matthew Hudson-Smith, by Quincy Hall of the USA.
Yeah, I just really tried to enjoy everything because, what's the point if you're not enjoying it? So, and just to do it with your friends, like our team behind us and everything, it's really special to just come together as a big group, and it's been amazing, really.
I'm glad that you're talking about enjoying it, because from the outside looking in, being Olympians feels like a very pressured, very stressed environment. And can you enjoy it?
Yeah, I think it's one of those funny things that if you didn't enjoy it, you wouldn't do it. But sometimes in the moment, it doesn't feel that enjoyable. Yesterday, when I was trying to force down my third place plate of rice and sweet chili sauce, and it just wasn't going down, I was thinking, oh, is this worth it? Why do I do this? But then
when we crossed the line and the whole crowd was erupting and there was Union Jacks everywhere, that's the moments that you work hard for, and that makes all the stressful, unenjoyable moments so worth it.
Silver medal, which is nice, you know. Like, I'm sure in years to come I'll think, wow, that's amazing. Currently it's kind of, I wish we could have got the gold, but you know, this is racing and there can only be one winner, and that's the reality of it. So,
do you enjoy what you do?
It's type 2 fun, I would say. It's not enjoyable riding around at 500, 600, 700 watts. Like we describe it, swimming in lactic acid. It's a painful experience, and even beforehand, Ollie described it as, what was it, crushing anxiety? Crippling anxiety. And it literally is that, like, the clock's ticking down to this big moment that we're all preparing for, and literally is ticking down. I've had a countdown timer on the front of my phone for the last 2 years, and you just, every day, another day goes by, and you're like, have I maximised this and make sure everything is as good as it can be in that possible moment, because they all add up, and it's that accumulation of doing things right.
The chef de mission Mark England's popped in on the occasion of Team GB having got 1,000 medals across summer and winter games. That is quite the landmark here in Paris.
Extraordinary, yeah. And to be fair, it wasn't really on our radar, or it wasn't on our radar, you know, until maybe a week ago, and as we inched forward towards that, it became a bit more of a narrative and a bit more of excitement around it. And it could have, you know, it could have been Marseille for sailing. That was looking like it would be at some point, at some stage yesterday. But you know what, to win the medal that took us to 1,000 medals in the history of Team GB, winter and summer, to be done on the cycling track in the velodrome, I think it's quite fitting actually, because cycling have given so much to the Olympic programme, the Olympic movement, you know, since day one, 1896, 1900. So, you know, just fantastic.
I think one of the things that the organisers have done just really well here in Paris is the presentation of the Games. And what I mean by that, it was always the intention that these Olympics would showcase Paris at its very best. That was the idea behind the opening ceremony. And what they've done, the Place de la Concorde, it's been exceptional as an urban sports park in the city centre. Versailles looked amazing for the equestrian events. The Grand Palais, they had the fencers coming down this magnificent staircase. And then you've got beach volleyball, which has been taking place at the Eiffel Tower. That has just looked absolutely sensational as well. It's been a brilliant global advert for Paris. Jack, you seem to have enjoyed the build up to this one. You seem to have been happy in yourself. You seem to have been satisfied and contented.
I've been very happy, yeah. I've really worked hard with a lot of wonderful people in my life that have got me to a really healthy place, both physically and mentally. And I've come into these games with a refreshed state of mind in comparison, and you know, potentially to the build up to Tokyo. And it's been a really tough road with some real up and down competitions this year, but you know, it's impossible for me to be sad for what I've done, and yeah, you know, I would have loved more today, but it is what it is.
Matt, you've just had your medal moment. What was it like?
Yeah, that was special. This medal is actually very heavy, very heavy, but yeah, it's a special accomplishment, something I'll never forget, and I'm entirely grateful to achieve such a feat and to like basically embrace these moments, and yes, amazing.
Quincy, could I grab you for a minute for UK radio? Just your reflections on winning that medal.
Nah, like I said, I'm just blessed and I'm happy I was out here to be able to do my thing and run as fast as I can.
Second question, Matt Hudson-Smith. Everyone in my country is talking about him. What would you say about the guy who won the silver behind you?
I know he's a great athlete. He pushes everybody in the race to do their best race every time he steps on the track. So when you get out there with Matt, just know you're going to have to run hard.
And can he win a gold medal like you can next time?
If I'm in the race, I can't say. I mean, he's my great competitor. I'm not going to give it to him. So if he takes it, he takes it.
Seeley, you're on UK radio. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the African continent. It means a lot to everybody who is rallying behind my back. This is the third Olympic medal, because we had the 4x4 bronze on Tokyo 2020 and the London 2012 Nigel Amos silver medal. So it's the third medal, and the boys, I believe, they are motivated going into the field tomorrow, knowing that anything is possible. So it means a lot to everybody.
Can you shed any light on whether Noah Lyles has COVID? That's what people are saying.
I can't comment on Noah Lyles, but it's not the Noah Lyles we all know, so I don't know what's wrong with him. maybe he has an explanation because we haven't talked since yesterday. So I believe maybe tomorrow we'll have a chat and just go through the race.
Thank you. First of all, you're clearly very emotional. Talk us through the emotions and the night.
I cannot quite get my head around what happened. I cannot understand how I can put up one of my worst races on the moment. I should put on my best race and feel strong. I will find an explanation, and if not, I know I'm strong, but it's just really disappointing. If I see the result today, I could not win more than silver, but if I would have run a 50.9 and run today, I would have been so happy. And I just run a bad race, and this makes me feel really sad.
Who's there tonight who's going to support you and put you back together and stop those tears?
I have such an amazing family. My boyfriend is here, friends are here, my coaches, my whole team is here. I think if I learned one thing in these 3 years, is that they're the most important of all, on and off the track, and I'm so grateful for them. I wish today I could have celebrated with them, but at the end we can still celebrate a bronze medal.
Amazing to think, isn't it? On the night when we saw Letsili Tebogo win the gold medal in the 200 metres, Noah Lyles confirmed he has COVID, and Femke Bol in tears at a bronze medal. We are talking about Snoop Dogg, America's cheerleader. That's what they're calling him here. He does have an official role with the US broadcaster NBC, so he's been absolutely everywhere at these games. We've seen him in full equestrian gear at Versailles. We saw him cheering on Simone Biles. He even carried the Olympic torch ahead of the opening ceremony. And there he was earlier tonight at the Stade de France, wandering around trackside. And you just have to say, don't you, with LA hosting next, it's a glimpse into what we might have in store in 2028. Olympic champion cyclist Katie Marchant. Katie, congratulations. You won a bronze in Rio, but gold is special, isn't it?
Yeah, this one feels super special. It's taken 8 years to get back on the podium, and I've gone 2 steps higher, and yeah, just so proud, and this just feels really, really special.
And then there was Arthur.
Yeah, and he made me emotional, but so nice to have him there, you know. All day I'd tried to avoid looking up into the crowd because I didn't want to see them. I wanted to know where they were, and I wanted to know that they were there, but I didn't want to spend too much time like looking for him. But yeah, just be able to go to him at the end, and yeah, with my husband Robert and all my family as well. I just felt like I'd done it for them as well. You know, they're a huge part of this journey, and no one supports me more than my family. And Arthur doesn't know it yet, but he supports me more than anyone in the world. And yeah, he's so special to me. And yeah, it made me really emotional, and I get a bit emotional when I think about it now.
Few good pictures for I guess we don't have scrapbooks anymore, but you know what I mean.
I'll be making a scrapbook of Paris 2024, best believe.
I am proud of myself. As I said, 4 times Olympian. It's not easy to do that over a 12-year span. So, yeah, disappointed with my performance, but it's all I had.
You should be proud of yourself for your achievements. Is that going to be the last time we see you on the track?
Most likely, yeah. I think, as I said, it was obviously a real bonus to be here, but I think realistically moving forward, I've got a lot of road racing ahead, so this will be the start of my season. I'll go into some half marathons and then hopefully a marathon next year.
And we'll see you in LA for Olympic Games number 5 and a marathon there.
Yeah, I hope so. That is the plan. So it was meant to be this year, but obviously things change. So I still don't feel done. I still feel I've got a couple more years left. So LA would be a real dream.
Dina, I will come to you first as you led it off. Olympic silver medalist in the relay.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal achievement. I'm so proud of these ladies. We've worked so hard as a squad, like not just this season, but over the years. And yeah, it was a good run. I'm very proud and very happy.
What does it mean to you to be back on an Olympic podium, Imani?
It means the absolute world. I think sometimes as athletes you get so stuck into the process you forget about how incredible these moments are. So when we stand on that podium with the rest of our team, we're going to really soak it up and take in the fact that we are Olympic silver medalists.
You do talk about process and executing quite a lot to me, but what is it like emotionally, Dina?
That is a great question. I think I have to admit I turn off all my emotions in that moment. I am very focused on process and execution, so I think that's why we talk about it so much. All I remember from when I was standing there was that although it was nice that there was so much support for the French, allez les bleus, that's all I could hear. I would really like them to be quiet so I could start. And then as soon as the gun went, I was just trying to get to Imani first. That's the only thing that's going through my head.
I'm an Olympic medalist. It's my first Olympic medal. I believe it's all of ours. So it's an achievement that we'll ever remember. And
I wouldn't rather share it with anybody but this quartet here, man. We went out there and we fought valiantly. We really pushed it and we stepped it up tremendously and we came away with the goods.
Darnell, if I can just bring you in here, we know that you've been struggling a bit with injury. How's the leg and what a last leg?
I'm heavily strapped on my right hamstring at the moment, but I came out here with grit and determination. After not getting the greatest 100 meters and having to pull out on the 200 because of discomfort, I came out here with my heart on the line and just give it my very best. I wanted these guys to be on the podium. I told them as long as they can set up the race accordingly, I will do my bit and ensure that we can get on the podium. And they did just that, so credit goes to the guys. They did an exceptional job in order to give me the baton in good timing. That way I could have done the damage.
Louis, this must exceed your expectations from where you were thinking you were going to be at the start of this year.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's crazy that we're at this point. It's crazy to get here. But yeah, I think everyone came together. Even though Richard wasn't running in that race, his presence was in all of us. So yeah, we did it. We did the job, and we got the result we wanted. So yeah, can't complain.
Jeremiah, what does it mean to have an Olympic medal? Be emotional for me. Don't talk about process. Don't talk about execution. You've got an Olympic medal.
You wake up every day and this is something you dream about. It's an Olympic year. At training every day, I'm mentally thinking about Paris. So it's just a huge relief to actually be here. Personally, it means a lot more. The champs didn't go well individually for me, so to get another shot, for them to trust me to set them up again is amazing. And I hope we can just carry on this confidence that we've got within each other, the trust that we've got within each other, and to keep taking it forward.
Wrapping up another night of athletics here at the Stade de France. The undoubted highlight. How wonderful to have Seb Coe with us here on talkSPORT, and what a treat to have been able to reunite the three British athletics gold medalists from Los Angeles 1984, exactly 40 years to the day since Daley Thompson won his decathlon gold. And you could hear, couldn't you, the mutual appreciation between Seb, Daley and Tessa Sanderson as well. And Lord Coe, the president of World Athletics, made some important points tonight. Big issues in global sport, things like prize money here at the Olympics, doping, protection of the women's category in sport, and those issues will all be sharply in focus next year when the election takes place to be the next president of the International Olympic Committee, and that is a race that Seb Coe will be entering. Welcome back to the Olympic Games. It is the penultimate day of Paris 2024, so one last time we are here at Team GB House with some of our Team GB medalists from yesterday. I'm delighted to say relay medalist Jeremiah Razou is here, one of the few that got to bed and had some sleep last night. Jeremiah.
Yeah, we got in super late, so I got straight into bed and we got up very early, so yeah, I had to try and maximise my sleep. I've still got a few more races to come this year.
It was a long night as well, wasn't it? Because not only did you have the race, but then they kept you hanging on to get the medal ceremony. But tell me what that was like.
That moment was surreal. To see my family in the stands, seeing them get me a medal, stuff you dream about, and everyone dreams about it, but you never really know if it's actually going to be you. And so to accomplish that quite early on into my career is great. An Olympic medal, I mean, it doesn't get much better than an Olympic medal.
All six of the British women's sprint squad who won that silver medal in the 4x100 metres relay last night will be here at Team GB House today. That includes Bianca Williams, also Desiree Henry. They both ran in the heats. An awful lot of attention is being given to Dina Asher-Smith, a world champion individually over 200 metres. But for me, the British sprinter of these Olympics has been Daryl Neita. Now, I have never kept it a secret that I am a big fan of Daryl Neita. She is brilliant to interview. She offers fantastic insights on her own social media channels. You should really check out Daryl's diaries on YouTube. And here, Paris, she leaves with a relay silver medal, a 5th place finish in the 200 metres and a 4th place finish in the 100 metres as well. Looking ahead to Tokyo World Championships next year, she is the one to watch. I would like to mention as well Richard Kilty. Now, he ran in the heats of the 4x100 relay, so he picks up a bronze medal. And if you remember, cast your mind back 3 years ago to Tokyo, the sprint relay men were stripped of their Olympic medals after CJ Ujah was found guilty of a doping violation. So Kilty lost his Olympic medal then through no fault of his own, but he's back at the age of 34. He got selected, and all of his teammates have been speaking so highly about him and his contribution. I've also had a chat with him today, and he told me that he's been carrying an injury here in Paris, and also he said to me he'll be retiring from competitive athletics to take up a career in coaching.
I'm still in shock that I got given this role and responsibility and opportunity. So I was one of the 7 that basically lit the Olympic cauldron in the London 2012 opening ceremony. The whole idea was to inspire a generation. You know, we were so young. I think I was 15 years old at the time. And look at me now. You know, honestly, that 2012 was a huge stepping stone in really just believing in myself and saying, if I actually put my head down, I can make Rio. And I did make Rio, and I was able to come back with a medal. And then unfortunately I did miss Tokyo, but now look, I'm back. I've been able to upgrade the medal from Rio, and now I sat here as a 2-time Olympic medalist, so this is brilliant.
Tell us who selected you for that role in 2012 and what you think he thinks right now.
Well, it was an absolute British legend, Daley Thompson, and first of all, I was just shocked that he knew who I was, even at that young age. And I guess right now, he found out that I made the team, but I haven't had like any contact with him. So I just hope that he's proud, because he just gave me the opportunity of a lifetime. He motivated me. He just gave me so much confidence, and I owe so much of my success in terms of being here because of him. So yeah, I hope he's happy and proud.
Amy, will you do me a favour? Will you hold this for a moment?
Of course.
Desiree. No. If you want to press play on this.
Oh my word. Okay, let's see this.
Desiree, Daley here. I just wanted to say how proud I was to see you in that stadium tonight. It was absolutely fantastic to see you get that medal. I am so proud of you. I cannot believe after all these years you managed to stay the course, and look at you now, an Olympic medal holder. Well done, baby. I love it.
Oh my God. You need to send me this video. Oh my goodness. I am in shock. I am very, very happy. Again, just knowing that he's a British legend. Again, for him to know who I am and to now send me a personalized message like this, I'm just like on cloud 9. Does it get any better than this? The answer is no. So yeah, this is incredible right now.
Of course we will send you that video, Desiree.
Every Olympics has been completely different for me, a completely different experience. I think this is probably the one that I've enjoyed and appreciated the most. I can really see how special it is just to be here. I think I've never cried more in my life watching sport. From the moment that the girls won the team sprint, I've cried probably 4 times a day watching strangers competing and winning from all sorts of countries, all sorts of sports. And I think I've developed that deep appreciation for how big this event is, and just how much I love being here.
And do you think there's something in the fact that nothing else brings 200 plus nations together in something that is uniquely and universally joyous?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think it's a kind of a beautiful way. We're not in the village this time, but even just seeing videos from the village and remembering my time in Rio, it's really a beautiful way to experience a huge amount of different cultures in one quite small area.
Eleanor Barker, thank you very much for your time.
Great, thank you very much.
Having the Olympic flame in the city centre, close to the Louvre, in the Tuileries Gardens, it's been a huge success for the organisers. It's part of their mission, bring the games closer to the people, and every day thousands come to see it. The cauldron, designed like a golden hot air balloon, every evening it lights up the night sky, it rises above Paris, it looks spectacular. And that contrast, because you'll remember in London, the flame, it was permanently in the Olympic Stadium for the duration of the games, meaning that most people couldn't see it in person. So for Paris, this has been an absolute triumph. Yeah, my considered thoughts as we head into this final weekend. I think it's quite difficult for me, actually, to distill it all into a few sentences. What I would say, it's been the absolute greatest privilege to have been part of the talkSPORT team. From management, producers, editors, researchers, the brilliant statistics team we've had, presenters, pundits, commentators, reporters, the engineers, the social media team, everyone. It's been a pleasure to be part of that group of dedicated professionals, both here in Paris and at home in the UK. Athletes have been amazing. The stories that we've had the opportunity to tell have been spellbinding. But as we begin to pack up to head home, what I would say is thank you to the people of France, the people of Paris. They've staged a wonderful games. It's looked incredible. The welcome's been warm and hospitable. Thomas Bach told my talkSPORT colleague John Cushing in the build-up to these games that we shouldn't compare like for like. But Paris 2024, I'm saying it's been the best. Heartbreak and devastation. Those were the words used by Rebecca McGowan after her defeat to Nafia Kuz-Aydin in the repechage meant she would not have the opportunity to fight for a taekwondo bronze medal. The British athlete won the first round before losing the second. She believed she'd done enough in the third, the decider, but a kick to the head was ruled out. The judges deciding the strike was outside the octagon. I just want to go for a nice meal. That's what Katarina Johnson-Thompson told talkSPORT's Adam Jamili after winning heptathlon silver. The pair have been friends since competing together at London 2012 and play Mario Kart to relax during major championships. Katarina has collected her medal here at the Stade de France tonight before the final evening of athletics action, which will see George Mills take on Jakob Ingebrigtsen in the 5,000 metres, Georgia Bell and Laura Muir race in the 1,500 metres, and Team GB aiming for medals in the 4x400 metre relays. How much has Paris and France enjoyed these Olympic Games?
How much? I couldn't even measure that. It's just fantastic. And I saw such a beautiful crowd, all lovers of sport. Like, that's just amazing. They're all screaming. And they're screaming for everybody. Yes, they're screaming louder for us because we're in France, of course. But they are loving that moment, and I share that with them. All the championship, I thought it would be the hardest moment in my life because I'm preparing that for many years. I've been preparing that for many years, But they were lifting me, actually. And all the stress went out because I could just receive all the positivity from the crowd. So it was just amazing.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for a great Games.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This whole week I've been really calm because I just feel like I've had no pressure on me at all. I know I'm in good shape, and it's actually such a privilege to be in this position. Like, next year it won't be like that because I'll be an Olympic medalist and there'll be new expectation. So when I crossed the line and knew I got a medal, I was just very, very happy and proud.
A national record too as well.
Mad, absolutely mad. Like, I was hoping to get the British record at some point. I didn't think it would be in this race. But when I saw that time after you crossed the line, like, I wanted to be on the floor and have literally given it everything, and I was. So I think now that, like, even if I got a medal or not, as long as I did that, I knew, like, I'd given it everything. It's just amazing that I got a medal as well.
And the world of cyber security, will that feel slightly duller now after this?
Yeah, we'll see. I think, work said to me, even if you go and get a medal, we'll still want you back. And at the time I thought, there's no way I'll get a medal, so I'll see you guys soon. But obviously, now I've got one. We'll have to see.
Guys, come in. Thank you so much for stopping and speaking to talkSPORT. An emotional night for all of you. Can you begin to sum it up, Phil?
Yeah, look, it's fourth in Olympic Games. Obviously, it's a little bittersweet, but this team is capable of so much, and to come away with 3 seconds off our national record. And it's just so special to give back to the fans. The amount of Irish here is just crazy. Listening to the roars when we walked out, it honestly feels like we are in Ireland, and the nation has come to a halt back at home, and it's just the support that we've got all week in athletics, but across all sports, and how the team have performed in general with all the medals, all the top placings, PBs, season's best. It's just a phenomenal feeling to be part of the most successful Irish team ever at an Olympic Games.
A Paris 2024 redemption story for Jakob Ingebrigtsen. The Norwegian was edged out of the medals in the final of a thrilling 1,500 metres, but was back on the start line tonight in the 5,000 metres, an event where he's also the reigning world champion. A bigger than usual field of 22 athletes after a number were advanced by the referee after multiple falls in the heats. They included Team GB's George Mills, who finished 21st. Ingebrigtsen won the gold, Ronald Kwemoy of Kenya the silver, and Grant Fisher of the USA the bronze. Good morning, and yes, here we are, the last day of Paris 2024. More medal opportunities for Team GB ahead of tonight's closing ceremony. I'll be at the velodrome, where Emma Finucane is aiming to win her third medal of the Games. Jo Ankiet, well, she's off to Versailles for the modern pentathlon. Medal chances there. And John Cushing is following Emily Campbell in the weightlifting at the South Paris Arena. Team GB have won 63 medals in total so far. So, 1 less than Tokyo, 4 less than Rio, and 2 shy of London in 2012. Tokyo gold medalist Kate French has been forced to withdraw from today's modern pentathlon final. Team GB confirmed the decision, explaining the reigning champion had fallen ill. They said it had been an extremely difficult decision, with the 33-year-old in a good position after the semi-finals. Karenza Bryson will now be Team GB's sole representative in the event.
I cried a lot this week. I cried a lot, and that's part of it. Like, you've got to be strong enough to let your emotions out so you can reset and get back on the track, and I'm really proud of how I did that, and I let it out as much as I could, and I've never cried so much in a week in my life, but it was worth it, and I could have reset and got on that track, and I gave it to her, and I got my game face on, and I left it all on the track, and I couldn't have done anything else.
Do you know you're the first British woman since 1964 to win 3 medals at a single Games? What does that mean to you?
Obviously in the moment you don't think about it, but I just want to inspire young kids to get on their bike, and I really hope that this is a step forward for women's sprint. Obviously we have Victoria Pendleton and Becky James, and the generations come back round again, and I just want people to go out there and get stuck in.
Emma Finucane is the first British woman to win 3 medals at a single game since Mary Rand in 1964. The 21-year-old from Wales added a bronze in the individual sprint to the bronze she won in the keirin and the gold she won in the team sprint. Unfortunately, Jack Carling couldn't win his 3rd medal of the Games after crashing in his keirin final. Team GB have won more cycling medals here in Paris than any other nation, with 11 in total. 2 gold, 5 silver and 4 bronze. It will be Bryony Page and Alex Yee with the honour of carrying the Union flag into tonight's closing ceremony. Bryony Page has completed her set of Olympic medals here in Paris. She won gold in trampolining, adding to the bronze she won in Tokyo and the silver she won in Rio. Alex Yee is now the most decorated Olympic triathlete ever. He won a gold and bronze here, adding to the gold and silver 3 years ago. They follow in the footsteps of the likes of Dame Laura Kenny, Kate Richardson-Walsh and Sir Ben Ainsley. We'll be hearing from both of them on talkSPORT as they prepare to leave the Olympic Village for tonight's ceremony at the Stade de France. I'm just by the Olympic Village at the moment, and I'm with 2 people who have a very special role tonight. They're going to be carrying the Union flag into the closing ceremony. Alex Yee, gold medalist in triathlon, and Bryony Page, gold medalist in trampolining. First of all, Bryony, we predicted this. When you spoke to talkSPORT after you won your gold medal, we asked you whether you'd get this honour, and you said no, but you have got the honour. How does it feel?
It is a huge honour. I'm incredibly emotional about it. I can't believe that I'm amongst this crowd of people that have been flag bearers before. It's just amazing, and the people that have, I've been idols of them for a long time, just they're legends, and it's an incredible honour to be named as a flag bearer alongside Alex.
Alex, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, no, it's incredibly special, and I still can't quite believe that, we're in such, esteemed company. So it's a massive honour, and, for Bryony and I to be from slightly smaller sports and them to be represented, by Team GB and the belief that they have in us. And, it's incredible to represent, Team GB walking in after such an amazing Olympics with so many, medals.
Well, like many, including many Parisians that I've met today, I've headed for a bar ready to enjoy things tonight. And the closing ceremony, that will feel a little more familiar this evening. It's at the Stade de France, so a traditional stadium environment after the opening ceremony which took place on the river. Bryony Page and Alex Yee, they'll be there carrying the flag for Team GB. And really the closing ceremony has 2 key functions. There's the opportunity for the athletes to relax, unwind and ultimately party. And then there's the more formal section where Paris's games will be declared closed, and then there will be a handover to Los Angeles. And I've heard that Tom Cruise is set to be involved in that, so my feeling is it will be very Hollywood in its presentation. Paris was just a standout career experience, something that I hoped and dreamt that I might get to do. One day I thought I might get to commentate on athletics in the Olympic Stadium, and talkSPORT and Paris 2024 allowed me to do that. I got to commentate on Team GB winning a gold medal, and we got to commentate on Tom Daley's final ever professional dive. So if the opportunity was to present itself to go and do it again in Los Angeles, because there will be a whole raft of new stories and new athletes and new heroes and new opportunities, I'll be there.